Hi guys, so today we are going to solve problem number 944, which is delete columns to make it sorted. In this problem, what we have been asked, we have to return the count of columns which are not sorted. So if we take the first example, the first of all, let's discuss how the input will be given to us. So the input will be given in the form of an array of strings, right? Now what is asked in the question is these strings are given to us, right? And what will happen is they will be present like this. Now if any of the column is not sorted, then what we have to do is we have to count them, and in the end we have to return that particular count of how many columns are not sorted. So by sorted also it means lexicographically sorted, right? So if you see the first column ABC here, so all are lexicographically sorted. But if you see here B, C and A, this one is not lexicographically sorted. While if you see the third one C, E, E, so E and E both of them are equal, so it is fine. So this one is sorted, this one is sorted, but this one is not sorted. So in the end, so we have to return the count of the columns which are not sorted. So in this case, the answer would be 1, right? So we have to return 1. Like this, if there are two columns are not sorted, then we have to return the count as 2. Okay, and if all the columns are sorted, then in that case we have to return 0. Like we don't have to delete any column since all of them are sorted. So that will be your answer. Let's now discuss the approach with which we are going to actually solve the problem. So what we are going to do is we are going to visualize the given input in the form of matrix, right? So let's see this input which is given as C, B, A, D, A, F and G, H, I. So how we are going to solve this problem is like these are the columns and they will be represented by jth index, and these are the rows, they will be represented by the ith index. Okay, now what we are going to do is we'll pick up a column like this one and check each of the first character in each of the rows, right? And if they are not lexicographically sorted, then we'll return false. Now how to check whether they are lexicographically sorted or not, right? So for that, what we will do, we will start from the first index and we will compare this character with the character previous to it, right? And if this character, right, is smaller than this one, let's say if D, right, D is greater than C, so it is fine. Now how it is greater than C is actually what we will do, we'll take the character and subtract the ASCII value of A from it, right? So if we subtract both of them, so with this we will get an integer value, and with that integer we can compare it similarly with the previous character as well. And if that happens and this particular value is smaller than the value of the character previous to it, then we will return or increment, then we will increment the count, right? Increment the count by 1. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. And to avoid more competition, as soon as we find out like there is a mismatch or lexicographically it is not sorted, we can just break the loop here, right? After incrementing the count we can break the loop, and then we can move on to the next column from here, right? Similarly, we are going to do the same thing here for each of the characters. We'll start from here and check previous to it, we'll start from here and then check the previous character to it. And with this again, if we found something like this column need to be deleted, then we'll increment the count again. So this is the approach. Now let's see how we are going to write it in the code. So the code is pretty much straightforward, right? So what we will do is like first we will create actually there is no need to create this matrix here, right? You can just remove it, there is no need to create it. We can simply consider this given array itself as a matrix, right? So what we will do is like we will use two for loop, one to go across the columns, right? So how first we have to pick a column, right? So this column, so that's why this is on the outer side, and then we have to check each of the columns, so it is in the inner loop, so we are traversing I rows with the help of I, right? Now, as I discussed, we pick up a character here, right? Subtracted the ASCII value of a from it so that we can get a int value. Similarly, we will do it for the one previous to it. So first we actually picked up this one and then subtracted its ASCII value from this one, right? And then if they are violating, like this value is greater than this value is smaller than this one, then it is not lexicographically sorted, so we'll increment the count and just break it. And then in the end what we will do, we'll just return this particular count, so that will be our answer. So that's how we are going to solve this problem. So hope the problem is clear to you. Thank you very much.